You are tuned and listening in to the Woman to Woman show here on Community Radio Kilkenny City. On the line we have Jersey Jill. Jersey Jill, thank you so much for coming on the Woman to Woman show today.
Roisin, good afternoon. How are you?
Well, you're doing something very amazing this Friday. You're running a 26k as a fundraiser for the Good Shepherd, all in a 5k loop. Tell us about that.
Actually, Roisin, it's 26 miles, not 26k.
Miles? Oh my gosh, that's even more, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 42k in total, and I'm doing it on Friday morning. I will leave my home at 7:30am, and I will take route up Michael Street, and I will break out at the Noah Bar. I will go right up along New Road, break out at the Army Barracks, come up the Castlecombe Road and down John Street, and by the time I get back to the traffic lights, it works out at a mile, so that makes it 26 laps to make it 26 miles.
That's where I got mixed up. I said 26k, but it's actually 26 laps. I'm exhausted just listening to you.
It's an absolute pleasure to do such a distance in running, because I truly love running, and when you love doing what you do, it feels like you're doing nothing at all. It's the people that are making the donation is making the biggest effort of all. I'm only going for a run just chatting to you about it. That's the way I see it.
And Jill, tell me, what inspired you to take up this fundraiser, and just especially what inspired you to do the fundraiser for the Good Shepherd Centre here in Kilkenny?
Well, I had in mind to do the fundraising for the Good Shepherd for October, but we're not sure yet if Dublin City Marathon is going ahead yet. So I may as well do one now in my own town, just in case it isn't going ahead. And doing stuff for local charity is something that I love doing. All charities are very well deserving of money, of course, but we have to look after people on our own doorstep first.
Tell me, you haven't always been a runner, have you?
No, I haven't. I first took up running in 2018, and I did my first run ever, which was Dublin City Marathon, and that was my first time even to run in with people. What inspired me to start running was I had a health setback in 2016, and I needed to get help because I had my demons at me, which would be depression, anxiety and that sort of thing, and I needed to get the right help, and it took a while to get that help to come, but I eventually got that help. And in 2018, my mother was 10 years deceased. She died in October, you see, and it's her birthday as well. She died the day she was actually born. She was born on the 12th of October, and she died on the 12th of October, aged 59. And my dad also passed away, and his birthday is in October, and he would have been 70. So that's why I wanted to start running. I wanted to mark my dad's birthday, 70th, and my mum's 10th anniversary.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear about the loss of your two parents, because it's very hard to lose your two parents, isn't it?
It is so young. They passed away of cancer, so at least we got some kind of time, my siblings and I, to say goodbye to them, but it wasn't a long time to say goodbye. Like, we didn't get to go away for a night anywhere or anything like that, because the cancer was too advanced. And when we found out then, it was treatment straight away. The home care team was stepping in to look after them and that kind of a thing. And we were so young. And when you're young like that in life, you don't understand these things, you know, and you can't express yourself very well when you're young, you know. So, and I think just like it's great to help local charities that do a huge amount of work unknown to a lot of people, you know.
Yes, we'll get to the Good Shepherd a little later on, but I'm very curious because you started running late in life, and, you know, tell us about your training routine for this marathon, or for any marathons that you do.
What I did was, as I said, I had that health setback in 2016, and I needed to wait to get to the right help, to wait for the right help, and I got that help through counselling with Chalk Tom. And I just decided I'd like to go running, you know, because I've seen people out doing it and they seem to be enjoying it very well. And I just decided to run from lamppost to lamppost. Then I would walk to the next one and I would run from lamppost to lamppost. And I got a new pair of runners, bright pair of runners in the sports shop. And I decided, I'll do a marathon and I'll do Dublin City, and I knew I was able to keep going that distance, not necessarily running the whole 26 miles. And I did a little bit of research into it. My brother is a fantastic runner, and I said to him, do you really have to run the whole 26 miles? He said to me, no, just keep moving, that's all you need to do. And I did it, and the rest is history. And 2019, I had a fabulous year running. In 2019, I was in Dublin every single week running and that sort of a thing, and I did Dublin City Marathon back there in October, and I took an hour off my time, so that's just I really truly believed in myself, and I put a lot of work into my running and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's always great to get a personal best, isn't it?
It definitely is. Well, all runners listening in will know it's great to get that personal best. But when I got the personal best in October with an hour off my marathon time, I was totally overwhelmed by it. I thought my watch was actually wrong. And one of the volunteers in the Dublin City Marathon said, no, that's your time. And then I got a text in on my phone as a confirmation of my time. So that text was just one of the best text messages I think I'd ever get.
And tell me, do you have a training routine in preparing yourself for this fundraising event for the 26 miles, which is 26 laps of the 5K radius? What's your training routine for this?
I'm a long distance runner anyway. I've done races in 10 miles, I've done races in 13 miles and that sort of a thing, and it really is down to me to put my shorts and runners on and just get out that door and go for my run. When the restrictions was in the 2K, I gave a lot of my time running around the Castle Park, which is a great place to run. It's a tough course as well. It's not as easy as it looks, A few laps of that, I tell you, would knock the stuffing out of you, You'd sleep fairly well at night. And that's a great training area. And using the hill as well is very good too, I would come down the side and I'd make a little angle and I'd run up the hill, because it's great to get you stronger and stuff like that, Yes, I remember well. My two children were in Kilkenny City Harriers, and they often ran the park, and that hill is a tough hill to run and climb. It is, and I run up it. I push my best to run up it because it's actually very good. The hill running is good for training, And Castle Park is amazing, and a flat run down by the canal is a great long stretch to go as well. We're very lucky in Kilkenny. We have so many places to run. We have all the ring roads and that sort of thing as well, and that's fantastic.
And when we were talking earlier on the phone, you were telling me about your brother, the advice your brother gave you about the running shoes.
Yeah, he did. He did. He was talking to me about runners, and I was, thinking I'll get a good big pair of runners that would last me a long time. I'll break them in and all that sort of thing, and that's how I was thinking. But he said to me, I know that wouldn't suit because I'm a very small person, and anyone that knows me, I'm Gillian Kavanagh, being my proper name, but for Facebook I'm Jersey Jill. And my brother said to me, no, I'm a very small person, and just the soles underneath the runners, he said if there's big gaps in them, stones can actually stick in them and go up through your runner and make it uncomfortable for your running. So he showed me what to watch for and buying the runners, and he was a typical lad. He went into the technical side of it, the bending of it and all that sort of thing, and he was saying there about buying the proper pair of stockings as well, that would be important too, So he's a great person to ask for advice.
And tell us about your pre warm up and your post warm up exercises that you do pre running.
Oh, I'm like any runner now. I'm not really fond of the stretching, but it has to be done to prevent injury. But I would do high knees and that sort of thing, and I would pretend that I'm climbing a gate, and I would do little squats and stuff like that, and I would kind of do my hips in a moving circle and then move it back the opposite way and shake out the leg and all that sort of thing, and nice little stretches then before I head off and my little jumping jacks and that sort of thing.
And do you have any special diet routine while you're training or pre-marathon?
Oh, I have been eating pasta for the past couple of days now, and I just finished a lovely pasta with spinach and salmon in it So I'll have pasta again now tomorrow. And on Friday then when I finish, I'm looking forward to getting a bag of chips at the chipper. I think I deserve it after that. So that's what I'll be doing.
And what I'm really interested in too to find out, when you're actually running the 26 miles, and you'll be doing the same route 26 times. So tell me, how you keep yourself mentally focused?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my phones all charged up, and I'll have the local radio station playing in my ears. I normally do that anyhow when I'm out jogging and stuff like that for the music. And I'm going to remember what it's for, and that there's people, really good, decent people in the centre, the Good Shepherd, and they are there through no fault of their own because they fell on hard times. Any of us can fall on hard times, and that's going to keep me going. And it's all over Facebook about my marathon, and I'm wearing a nice orange top, and I'm going to have my name on it. I have a race number from a previous race. I'm going to put that into the front to make it real. And I'm sure people will beat their horn at me or their little roar at me and that kind of a thing when they see me going around all those times.
Well, Miles Kavanagh has just texted in. Hello, Miles. Miles is a great listener into the Woman to Woman show. Miles Kavanagh has said, Roisin, that lady is amazing. Jill Kavanagh, well done. You are truly, truly brilliant. And that's from Miles Kavanagh.
Thanks, Miles, very much. I'm good friends with Miles myself, so yeah.
Miles is a great listener to us here on Community Radio Kilkenny City. So you're going to keep mentally focused on, you listen to the music, you listen to local radio, and you keep focused on the purpose and the reason why you're running. And what kind of music do you listen to? Because I know I've got 2 runners in my house now. I couldn't run from here to the car, but that's beside the point. But I know, like, is there any particular music that you listen to when you're running to keep you focused?
Well, because you see, I like simple things in life, and just the radio does me fine. You know, a nice bit of music. But in general, music I love, like obviously the 80s, because I grew up in the 80s. And I like a bit of country and western. I like a bit of Elvis Presley. Miles Kavanagh will be happy to hear that. I like all types of music. Really like AC/DC, Thunder Strikes, you know, that kind of thing.
Yes.
I like the Hucklebuck, Brendan Byrne, I think, sings that. You know, stuff like that. I like nice, lively, jolly old songs, you know.
And tell me this here, you're also known because you're Jersey Jill, is because you wear different jerseys all the time when you're running.
I do. I have 12 jerseys from 12 different counties, and it was on Facebook, on a group page on Facebook, Running Therapy, that one of the boys suggested I should be called Jersey Jill. And I wear Tipperary jersey, the Carlow, Laois, all those kind of jerseys. The Kilkenny one, of course, as well. I have Mayo jersey, I have Offaly, I have Limerick. I have a few of them now, in fairness, you know. So, and my aim is to get all 32 jerseys from every county in the bag.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
It is. It's happy for going out running, you know.
My home time.
Yes.
So we definitely have to see if we can get you one from Derry. We'll have to get you one down there for Derry so you can wear that.
Yes. And
so tell me this here. A lot of people can donate to the Good Shepherd and for the marathon. How do they? Is it through a GoFundMe page, or how do they donate?
No, if they go onto my page, Jersey Jill, and there is my profile picture of me is in a Offaly jersey, and then say my main photo page is me running across the finish line. That's my page, Jersey Jill. And if they go on my page and have a look at my timeline, they're going to see the Good Shepherd, and they can just click on that and donate from there, which is much easier because the money goes straight away to the Good Shepherd.
Many people would know you, Jill, wouldn't they? Because they would know you from Langton's.
Oh, I'm the face of Langton's, yes. I told him in Langton that he should retire and I'll take over, you know. I'm in Langton's 19 years, and it's at the moment it's very tough not being able to be mixing in with people because of the COVID. It must have been very tough on Eamon to make that decision to close his business down. He has it all his life. He has it very well run. He has an excellent reputation for his food and his establishments. and he's an excellent boss. There's no airs or graces about him, or Eddie, or Connor, or Tracy, you know, and then the people that they are married to too as well. There's no airs or graces about him. He's an excellent businessman, you know. He really is, like.
And I think he's synonymous with Kilkenny, isn't he? Eamon Langton, and Langton is just synonymous all around the world with Kilkenny.
Oh, I'll tell you, anytime I go to a race and when I mention I'm from Kilkenny, like, Langton's comes up straight away. You know, oh, Langton's, do you know Langton's? And they're, yeah, I work in Langton's, yeah, I do, yeah, you know, so yeah, he's a household name all over, you know, really.
And yesterday you were telling me a lovely story, because you were saying when your mum wasn't well and you had to go up and down, he still paid you your full wages while you had to take time off.
He did, in fairness. He looked after me very well indeed, you know, and even like at the time I wasn't working for him and Dad passed away, he was so good to my mother, you know, it was unreal. And then when I came aboard and started working for him, my mum got sick, I needed to take extra time off, and he was just so good. And then when I got Mum back down here in Kilkenny, we got her home before she died, because that was her wishes, and we were able to do them, thankfully. And he let me work any hours I wanted. You know, it was fantastic. And just the support I got of him and his wife Trish was excellent. Really was. Like, I don't think any boss would do that for their employee, really, you know.
And so we're going to go back. You were saying yesterday when we were talking on the phone that really running has really helped you keep mentally strong. So you're not just physically strong, but running gets you mentally and emotionally strong as well.
Absolutely, yes, it does. And I think the weekend that's in it as well, because the darkness into light can't go ahead now. I think it's a great time, if you didn't mind me saying so, to highlight mental health on the show, like, and for people that do have mental health issues, please don't let COVID-19 stop you from receiving help. You know, you need help too. You can't suffer in silence. Ring your doctor, ring the guards if you need help, ring the Samaritans or some kind of help number that you think that can help you, you know, because there's no point sitting in silence and suffering and that kind of thing, you know. And please do go and get help. Don't suffer in silence. Never walk alone.
And even give Chuck Tom a call, because they're
Absolutely.
Open to this, because Chuck Tom do amazing work, don't they, within the city?
They do, you know, and I've attended there myself, and that's how I got my own issue sorted. Though our health system is very, very good, the problem is getting in. That is the problem, is to actually get into the system. And when you do get in, you get top-class help, you know, in fairness. It's just the system to get into it, you know, and that's what I found very difficult. And for me, going to Chuck Tom, I was able to go, I got my few hours of counselling, and I was able to go every week. And I was able to sit down and really offload what was bothering me. My counsellor, Phil, as in a man, he was brilliant. He really, really was. And it really has helped me tremendously, you know. And I'm sure he has helped. And Chuck Tom, of course, have helped many people around Kilkenny and Carlow surrounding areas. And I do believe that they come from other places other than Carlow and Kilkenny. And that's fantastic, you know.
Yes, I just think, listening to you, I'm just such amazed that you're just really, and I don't use this word lightly, you're just very inspiring.
Thank you very much.
And, you know, so getting back to the Good Shepherd, you know, how are you, so you've got, this is Wednesday, so you've got tonight and tomorrow night, and so how are you actually getting, mentally preparing yourself for, in the last week, getting ready for the marathon?
I did my last bit of training yesterday in the Castle Park. I only did just around 4 miles because I didn't want to have any injury. So today I'm just resting. Now tonight I'll go for a little walk. I'm going to walk my route tonight, and then I'm going to go back up the other way just in case, you know, I'll go back up John Street and come back around, you know. I'll stay within that route. Just take it nice, take it easy. Visualise myself coming down John Street the last 26 miles. Tell myself, this is for the Good Shepherd, it's for my people, local people. This is for an excellent charity that's been in Kilkenny a long, long, long time. And these people are relying on us to help them. And I'm going to just do that. And every step I take is going to be a little token of hope for those people that need that centre.
And can you just tell us the route that you're taking? Because you also would like to get people out there to cheer you on, wouldn't you? Even with adhering to the social distancing rules.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's safety is absolute. And the reason why I'm choosing this route is because if I need to go to the bathroom, that's the only reason why I'm doing that route. And it's the safest route as well. So I'm going up Michael Street, and what I'm doing is I'm going to be on the side of the school. I won't be on the same side as the houses because I'd be cautious of people coming out, to do it's a Friday. People will be coming out to do their shopping or to go about their daily business. So I'll be going up on the school side. I'll be crossing over at the North Bar, and I'll be going up the new road. I'll break out at the roundabout at the back of the Army Barracks. I'll be coming up Castlecoma Road, and I'll be at the traffic lights there coming down John Street. So I'll be at the roundabout of Eddie Rockets coming down that way, and keep going round and round for the 26 miles coming down John Street.
And, so where would you say, it really be lovely to get as many people out there along the route during different times of the day just to clap you on and cheer you on, because not just cheering you on, but cheering on you for what you've overcome and for your intention and purpose for the marathon and for the Good Shepherd Centre and for all the people who have availed of the centre or any homeless service here, because the Good Shepherd Centre is not just for men, they do women and children as well now.
And they do teenagers as well, so it's a broad band there, It used to be for many years ago, all right, but it's all changed now, and that's just the way things are, unfortunately, and it's just great that this centre is there. And it's just COVID, really, it stopped everything in the world. It stopped fundraising and everything. And on the COVID journey, it took so many lives. It really is devastating,
Well, I'm definitely going to come out tomorrow morning and I'm going to cheer you on. So you're going to start off, just remind our listeners, you're going to start off at 7:30 in the morning.
I am. I'm going to start off at 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to start off from Magdalen Street, just at Langton's gates. And I'm going to go up Michael Street. I'm going to go to the top of Michael Street. At the North Bar, I'm going to make a right. I'm going to go up the new road to the roundabout at the back of the Army Barracks. I'm going to make another right, and I'm going to go straight up the Castlecoma Road and down John Street. That's my route.
That's your route. And you start off at 7:30, but you should be finishing around 11 o'clock. Would that be right?
In around that, 11:30 should be the latest I should be finished, so it's grand, because I might have to pop home to the toilet, and I'll be popping home just to get a quick drink and going back out the door again. I don't want to carry a load of stuff with me because it'll be too awkward, you know what I mean? Because I don't carry stuff with me when I'm training, and I never carry stuff with me on a race. So that's the way I'm used to it, so I'll be grand, I have all my snacks ready, and I'll have them all on the table and ready to go and that kind of a thing.
Well, Gillian, I'm just in awe of you. And as I said, I don't say it lightly. I'm just so inspired, and you're just such an inspiring lady. And, for doing what you're doing as well, fundraising for the Good Shepherd Centre. And again, just remind our listeners how they can make a donation to your fundraiser.
Yeah, if they go on to my Facebook page, Jersey Jill, and if they stroll along my timeline, they'll see my donation page set up there, and they can go into it from there, and that's the safest way to do it as well. I wanted to make it easy as I possibly can for people, to donate.
And, I just think it's amazing what you're doing. And you work in Langton, it's synonymous with us here in Kilkenny. You're fundraising for an amazing charity, which is also here in Kilkenny for many a year. I'm surprised. I just would think, as what you were saying, fundraising is very hard now during COVID-19. So I'm sure Noel Sherry and all the Good Shepherd Centre employees and staff are just so grateful that you're doing this.
I'm sure they are, absolutely, and if anyone had a few bob to spare, if they really could donate to the Good Shepherd, because like I said, Roisin, I'm doing nothing because I just love doing what I'm doing, and I'm just chatting to you about an old run. That's the way I look at it, It's the people in that Good Shepherd need it more than anything, They really do, and it's just wonderful to give someone that little bit of hope in their times of darkness.
Well, Gillian Kavanagh, aka Jersey Jill, we wish you all the very best, and make sure that you don't get injured. You stretch properly pre marathon run, and make sure you keep them muscles supple, and you don't get lactic acid in them muscles. And we'll definitely be cheering you on. And again, to all our listeners out there, please do get out there between 7:30 and around 11:30. Cheer Jersey Jill on, fundraising for the 26 miles marathon for the Good Shepherd Centre.
Thank you very much, Roisin. That's well said. Thank you.
Thank you so much indeed. Maybe you'll come on again with us in the future on the Woman to Woman show.
I will, of course. No bother at all. Thanks so much.
I spoke to Jersey Jill and Sean O'Hagan and manager of the Good Shepherd, Noel Sherry, straight after Jersey Jill's amazing and wonderful 26 miles marathon fundraiser. And this is what she had to say. Jersey Jill, you've just finished your fundraising 26-mile marathon for the Good Shepherd Centre. How are you feeling?
I feel great, and I'm proud to be Irish and a Kilkenny woman. And COVID-19 stripped fundraising for local charities and all over Ireland and all over the world. But it was fantastic to do something like this for my local charity.
And you're some woman to actually do 26 miles for charity during COVID-19.
I tell you what I did was absolutely nothing, because I love what I'm doing, and when you do something that you love, it feels like you do nothing at all. It's the people that gave the donation that did the greatest help of all, and the people that gave me the beep along the way in the wave. My hand is actually wrecked. I don't think the Queen waved as many people as I did this morning. It really was tremendous support, in a different type of way, of course.
But she said that what you did was nothing but very small, but sometimes them small things you do mean an awful lot to a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah. And every step I took was a token of hope for those people that do need the help and the assistance of Noel Sherry and his centre, the Good Shepherd.
Well, Jersey Jill, I'm not going to keep you any longer. And as Sean O'Hagan said, a nice Epsom salt bath.
Yes, I just want to thank Sean. Sean joined me on the first 6 miles of the journey, and I had a chap, Aidan Marr. He came around and stopped every couple of minutes for water for me, and then our co-worker and clubmate as well, Simon Marr, also came and joined as well. He came on the bike, so we had plenty of support along the route.
That is just amazing what you've done, and there's no words that can describe when another woman's saying something she can't do, run, but you can run 26 miles.
Yes, that's it. Very good. I have some West Coast cooler at home now in the fridge, and it's waiting to be released. It's trapped in that bottle the last 2 days, and I'm just there looking at it any time I open to make a cup of tea, but at least now I can open and finish it, so it's great.
Well, you're definitely a wonderful, inspirational Kilkenny woman.
Thank you very much.
Sean O'Hagan, you ran the first 8 miles?
I think 8 miles, yeah, I'm not sure. As far as I remember, I know I did a mile from home and a mile to here, so it's handy for me, Roisin, because I only live up the road, and this is a route that I'd run fairly often. But no, hands off to Jill, and I said she ran like a metronome this morning on top of a piano, 5:35 kilometres per mile, 8.5, 9-minute miles, and she keeps the same pace all the time. She doesn't struggle on the hills like I do, and there's a couple of little sneaky hills on the route, so fair play to Jill. It's a huge achievement. I'll give and a huge a brilliant charity, and really important for Noel and for the Good Shepherd. As long as I've been in Kilkenny, I know the importance of the Good Shepherd, to a very important group of people in the city, and they're doing fantastic work. I was delighted to join in, and I really hope it encourages people now they can contribute to Jill over the next few days and to the Good Shepherd to make sure that those services are kept up for very vulnerable people at the moment. And it was great. I don't normally run in the morning. It's great to get out in the morning. My wife tells me I should do it more often, so we'll do it, but it definitely sets you up for the day. But I don't think I'd manage the 26 miles, but we'll hope. I'm hoping to do one at the beginning of July. Because like Gillian, I was training for another marathon, so we'll keep going and we'll keep tapping away.
And Sean, as chairman of the local Labour Party, as a Labour member, you've always been a strong supporter of the Good Shepherd here in Kilkenny.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I would have been a supporter of the Simon community in Dublin when I lived there. I think that services for the homeless are crucially important, and I said Noel wasn't around at the time. I said at a meeting in the town hall many years ago that it should be the business of the board of the Good Shepherd to put themselves out of business, and I feel very strongly that we shouldn't have a need for homeless services in this country. Our local authorities, our council should have enough money to build enough social housing so that people don't need it. But there will always be a need for hostels, unfortunately, for a certain part of the population. And the work that's been done is nothing short of brilliant. And, you know, whether it's, and small things people forget about, I do it all the time, as Noel knows. You know, if you have a meal on at home, or you have a function on in your workplace and there's food left over, you can drop it up to the Good Shepherd. They're all the kind of small things that keep costs down and allow the organisation to do the kind of work they're doing. But they've done phenomenal work in the last number of years in buying houses and refurbishing houses and making apartments available for people. And I really hope, I remember back in, Noel will remember it well, back in 2000, one of the Millennium Goals for Ireland was that we would end homelessness by 2020. That hasn't happened yet. And I really fear that by the time we come out of the coronavirus, I think the problems are going to be worse. So I think we all have to, as a community, we've got to put our shoulders to the wheel and try and make sure that the scandal of homelessness finishes.
But Sean Hagen, fair play to you. Get up out of your bed and
Roisin,
this morning.
No matter, and I have to do a bit of work now. Well done,
No, Sherry, it's a busy weekend for you with all your fundraising, but especially for Jersey Jill. You must be just in awe of this lady.
Well, look, listen, as I said to you earlier, Roisin, some people do a lot and then someone has just run a marathon. And I suppose, look, a marathon takes 4 hours, you run 26 miles, but it's the weeks and weeks and weeks of preparation and all the miles that you put in. And I suppose that's the thing that I wouldn't want lost to this. Yes, this wonderful woman, Jersey Jill, run 26.3 miles. We can never forget the 0.3. That's the important part. But she had spent months preparing for this. And I suppose I would just like to kind of acknowledge that and thank her from the bottom of my big toe.
You're so welcome.
Because it goes much deeper than my heart.
You are so welcome.
So thank you so much. This makes a huge difference because it also inspires other people. And other people will do something to help us because of what you've done today. And it's absolutely fantastic. Because there are people in Kilkenny who do need your help. And they're not always the type that you think. They're not always the drinker anymore. They're not always the person who's been in a little bit of trouble. It's happening more and more to working families and to working people. And COVID-19 is going to desecrate the economy. And with the economy in downturn, people will lose their homes. And ordinary working people will lose their homes. And I suppose over the last 2 years, we have grown from having 17 units to about 154. We have about another 80 in some stage of construction or development. And our ambition is just to keep putting houses and apartments on the ground so that working people and working families can actually have a decent home.
And Jill, you've been a part of that effort with the Good Shepherd in your run today.
Yes, it's a true delight to help charities. Every charity deserves money of some kind, but we have to look after our own local charity first. They're our people, they're our local people, That could be anyone coming in to where I work to Langton's, for all I know. They could be having something to eat, and I might know that they're using the services of the Good Shepherd, We could fall in hard times at any given stage of our lives. None of us know, so it's really important that we get out there and help our local charities.
Well, on behalf of the Woman to Woman Show, Jersey Jill, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Fair play to you.
Thank you very much.
And no, Sherry, again, on behalf of the Woman to Woman Show on Community Radio Kilkenny City, fair play to you for what you all do here in Kilkenny.
And thank you to you both, particularly Jill again. Thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome. You're very welcome.
Good afternoon. You are tuned and listening in to the Woman to Woman Show here on Community Radio Kilkenny.